Hey everyone, Egman here with another deck profile. This one was provided to me by my friend Dom. He got second at our locals last night, and yeah, he wanted me to share it. And then also, if there's anything that I could, see to change, to do that. And if you can already tell, this is a pretty, this is a pretty spicy deck. So let's go into the leader. So the leader is Sun Goten. When this card attacks leader, draw a card, and then also. Once per game, you can choose one card in your life, add it to your hand, and find a yellow extra card and put it to your hand. So that's really cool. It's really unique that you can find any card you need. That's a yellow battle card. There are a lot of strong yellow battle cards, so that's really cool. And then also on the flip side, so it's it only untaps one, which is like the only bad thing about this leader, instead of untapping two. When this card attacks, draw one card, and then at the beginning of your opponent's turn, at the beginning of your opponent's main phase, you may place one card from your hand and place it in the drop area. If you do, this card gets plus 5k power for duration of the turn and negate the skill for duration of the game. So it kind of makes up for only untapping one by letting you kind of just get like a free sensu bean for one turn. So that's really cool. And yeah, I think it's just a really interesting and unique leader. So, and also it's Goku's Lineage. I don't know if I mentioned that already. So you get to do some cool stuff with that. All right, I don't even know where to start. So let's just do the extra cards. So Successor of Hope at 4. This is mostly a swap deck, so that's really important. You can always get super combos with this card. You can also get Bardock or Son Gohan. Adoptive Father Son Gohan. So that's really good for setting up your turn 1 in your plays. Also, it lets you find a Son Goku if you need that. There's a lot of Son Goku focus, so you can easily do like a Successor of Hope for Son Gohan or Bardock. Use Bardock to swap into Son Goku, and then you can use I'm the World Champion to draw 2 cards. Just a lot of card advantage from that. And that's why I'm the World Champion's in this deck. Additionally, you can use like Shugesh to get Son Goku, and also you can do it that's really the only thing. You can also use it as a playmaker for like getting Goku Jr. out, which makes it an easier 5-drop swap to Mastery Son Goku. 3 Flying Nimbus, just a really good negate. You're going to generate so much card advantage, so just, dropping a yellow card isn't really hard for this deck. And there we go. 3 Instant Transmissions. One of the best, like, generic counters of the game, especially since we're only untapping 1, so you can use this to pretend like you untap 2, at the cost of a life, and yeah, good card. 2 Planet Vegetas. Pretty much lets you search any card in your deck. You can always find a Super Saiyan, or not a Super, you can always find a Saiyan, and also you're running this Great Ape Son Goku, so he gets to untap at the end of the turn. So good card. And then 2 Battering Laser. I know he changed this from his deck the other night, just because he lost to a Mafuba, and he's like, man, I don't want to lose to Mafuba ever again. So I think adding 2 Battering Laser is the correct call for that. So we've got Son Gohan, which is at 3, and Bardock at 2. I understand why Bardock's only at 2, because you really don't want... You're tapping your life a lot with your own ability, with instant transmission, and just the fact that you're only untapping 1, so having some extra life to play around with is good. I agree with this. Unbroken Dynasty Son Goku. So this card's really weird. But it lets you swap into something with 2 by playing, a yellow and dropping 1 card. So you can swap into this into Son Goten. You can also swap into this into Goku Jr. So that is good, I guess. And he just has synergy with Great Ape Son Goku, and I'm the World Champion. So Scrambling Assault Son Goten just can't take. This card's super good. It lets you, choose what cards you want, and there's just like a lot of synergy with this card. Indomitable Super Saiyan Son Goku Jr. So this is like Dom's favorite card. I know that. He thinks this card is really good, and I like it. Just the fact that you can swap from him into Hayden Mastery Son Goku is really good. The only thing with this is that your leader has to be Son or Goku's lineage, and then also your life has to be 2 or less to do this. So I think that's kind of difficult. You never kind of want to be at 2 life. I feel like so, and you still kind of have to play this card. So you can have like, so the best way I can think of doing it is you have like Son Gohan on the field, and then you swap into this, and then you swap for 5 for this. You can't really do this until turn 5 and setting up on turn 4. So that's the only thing. And then also you have to be at such a low life count. I'm not sure. Yeah, and it's only a way to get to high mastery. And so I was a little bit suspicious of this. I saw him getting him out a lot, so he definitely knows how to play it. So, but yeah, if I was to, I'll probably do like some things I might change, but at the end. But it worked for him, so that's really good. 2 Shugesh, not afraid of Cronoa, and that is okay. I think so. It's going to be interesting to see how the next format plays out. If people will be playing Cronoa, or if people are just going to be playing Black Mass Saiyan instead. And I mean, this is still playable if they play Black Mass Saiyan, but and there's so much card advantage this deck generates that it doesn't really matter about discarding the cards. But yeah, I think that's fine having 2. 2 Partial Dynasty Son Goten. When you combo this card, if one of your battle cards is being attacked, you can discard gains plus 10k combo power for duration of the turn. So you get 15k if any of your Goku, or is it just yellow? Yeah, if any of your yellow battle cards are being attacked, so that's really good. That's really good for defense if you want something to live. Like if you want, if you have like one of your blocker barriers up or something like that, you can just drop this, and they'll have to attack over it again, which is really good. Explosive Son Goku. This card has a lot of synergy because it is with Shugesh, and then you can also do you can evolve into this guy, and then also the I'm the World Champion. So, and just the fact that it's blocker barriers is really powerful too. So, Plucky Dynasty Pan. This is so technically you can do 3-drop into 4-drop into 5-drop, but additionally you can also just do 3-drop into 5-drop, or this into if it's a 4-drop. But this is just also a super combo. This gets shut down by Cronoa too for swap reasons, but that's okay. But yeah, it's just a good super combo. Ultimate Form Son Goku. I've been seeing this card come out of the Wordworks more and more lately. If you have 3 or less life, reduce the energy cost in your hand by 1. When you play this card, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, KO it, and if it's in rest mode, draw 1 card. So, just kind of removal, really efficient removal, and it has double strike, and it's Goku's lineage, right? I think it's Goku's lineage, and also Universe 7, so there's a lot of synergy there. Ravaging Great Ape Son Goku. So this card is really interesting. It's evolved for 4. When your card involves this card, choose up to one of your opponent's energy in rest mode. This card cannot be switched to active mode until the start of your next turn. So that's really cool. I think so. The more I think about it, the more I like this card. Just the fact like it's kind of like a reverse objection, right? Because like, okay, how do I ramp up to energy? How do I get to my swing turn next turn? And then you're like, oh, all I do is I make sure they have 1 less energy next turn, and that really helps you out. So I kind of like this card. I think it makes sense to have it in this deck just because you have some Gokus and you can do some fancy stuff. It's only when it evolves in this card, so you can't just cast it for 5 and then tap their energy. But yeah, and it's a critical blocker, and so you can attack. And then if you Planet Vegeta up, you can it's back to being a 25k blocker, so that's good. And then also we've got Height of Mastery Son Goku. This is kind of our win condition. And you play this card with swap, choose up to a total of 3 of your opponent's battle cards or energy, ignoring barrier, and switch into rest mode. So this can really just be like, 6 damage out of nowhere. You can only get this off of Son Goku Jr. So I'm really kind of curious why you have 4 of these if you can only have 2 of these, but it worked for him again, so I think that's okay. He also has Victory Strike in his deck too, which is just, you probably saw this at, the first second, but you can EX evolve this for 1 on top of Son Goku, and then you can just kind of swing for game. So like, you do this one, make sure that the field's clear for him, and then you attack. So good stuff there. And then he's just running 2 Tap Patrol Trunks just for that. So deck looks super solid. If I was to So if I was to do a more conservative build, the biggest thing for me would be to have more ways to swap into Height of Mastery Son Goku. And let's look into this. So I don't know if, let's see. Let's just look at yellow cards. So I think the big thing for me is the swaps, and come on, load. So I really like Discover Dynasty Son Gohan, just because you can swap with it, and then you get to draw 2 cards. Goku's Lineage with energy cost 5. Okay, no, I was just making sure. I also like this Son Gohan. I think he's really good, and he can be kind of the same for Son Goku. I don't know. All right, so I'm gonna take Time Patrol Trunks out for the minute. I'm gonna take out. So I'm gonna take out the Son Goku engine just for a minute. If I like it and it can go back in, it will. Yeah, I'm the world champ. This Unbroken Dynasty. Alright, so I would do... How much space we have? So we could do like 3 of this guy, 3 of this guy, and like 3 of this guy. So if you want to get more consistently getting Awakened Power, Victory Strike out, and additionally getting out Height of Mastery, I'd say kind of start doing it like this. I don't know if I like this Goten either. Like it's really defense heavy, but I don't know if there's anything worth defending. So let's see. I'm gonna take out. Where is it? Partial Dynasty Goten. So we've got 5 spaces open. I'm also going to take Ultimate Form out, I think. Maybe it's good for removal sense, but... Let me think. Let's go down to 1 or 2 Abrupt Breakthrough. So how about this? Let's put back in 2 I'm the World Champions. And then let's put 2 Explosive in and 2 of the Apes. How about that? Because there's 2 of these, which can go into these. So Gohan can swap into Ultimate Form some Goku. And then if this gets removed from the field, so what is this guy? This guy's really weird. Activate the skill whenever you're in a Goku lineage with the energy cost of 5 or more is removed from the battle area by opponent's skill. If you have no cards in your battle area, play this card. So he can be good for that. Oh, not screenshot. How do we get out of this? There we go. There's another. We're Goku lineage, so we can do this. The text for this one's wrong. It should say barrier double strike. Yeah, when you play this card and your opponent's card is Goku's lineage KO 1 card. Right? Yeah, I think that's it. So let's put 2 of this guy in. And we'll take out the ultimate form. Let's see. Where's the ultimate form? Yeah, so we can take out 2 of the abrupt breakthroughs. Let's take out 1 height of master 2. All right, and then let's do. So you could probably take 1 off of this guy. All right. Let's lose 1 Gohan. Okay. And I guess we can put the trunks back in. Yeah, sure. Let's put the trunks back in. Battle cards. 2 trunks. All right. So I guess that's how I would do it. I don't know. So I didn't see his games 100%. I'm not sure how actually reliable Super Saiyan Son Goku Jr. is. So I felt like this deck is this side of the this build of it is a little bit more conservative. Maybe I should probably take 1 of him out for this one, just because it's only by swap. You only have 1 way to swap into him. Potential Super Saiyan 2 Son Gohan. And that's also, you know what? Let's see. How many extra cards are we running? Alright, I'm going to take out a Successor of Hope and actually the Super Saiyan 2 Son Gohan just for 2 Crusher Balls. 1 Successor of Hope and 1 Crusher Ball. 2 Crusher Balls. And the reason I'm doing that is because it just helps with removal with Super Saiyan 2 Son Gohan, and it's another way to help be defensive. So here's this deck. I feel like it's just as messy as we began, and by messy I mean just like, man, there are a lot of cards in this deck, right? A lot of unique cards, but that's what makes it really cool. I'm not sure if this version is better than the version that Dom originally sent me, but I think it has a little bit more consistency. But I have to test it out, right, to see how that is. So we added 2 Crusher Balls just because it's just really good. And we can't always rely on Shugesh in this meta right now, so it's good to have Crusher Ball. We also added the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, which can swap into this guy, who can swap into Sun, at the Apex, which can go into High to Mastery. So just a little bit more consistency of being able to get to High to Mastery, not a one-trick pony with Son Goku Jr. Especially because he can be stopped with. If you try to Shugesh him out for turn 5, that can be stopped, and you can also get him out on turn 6 by doing some, a 1-drop swap into him into that, or additionally if you had this Goku out. So yeah, here's the deck. Let me know what you guys think below. Dom, let me know what you think below, if this version is better than or worse than the original version, and I will catch you guys next time. And there's the deck, just for one last peek here. There we go, for ratios. So, all right. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Bye.